against the 2023 champions, STAG Northerns. We'll get a look at the lineups as we're about to kick off. Northerns, of course, in their traditional blue and white against Caribs in blue and cold. Chris Pooty Hudson wearing number 20, back from police duty to lead Northerns at fly half. And here we go, kicking off very deep. Stag look to push, and here's Big Guinness, started it up early, slams it up, sets that offside line, and here we go. Anderson moved into number 8, he goes, and already Caribs started to generate some go forward ball. Stag Northerns looking to align, some quick little pop passes, and Northerns beating them. That's Brian Rajkumar, they go again, that's Big Keanu, he's been fantastic all year. Of course, Stag missing a few players, they're going to have a lot of work to do out wide. Richard Stagland knocks it over. Here we go, foot race, Bonus allows it to bounce, then he adjusts, here he comes, and it's kept, and back inside the Big Guinness, tackled, that's Jonathan Stewart. Northerns might be over it, and it's back for Richard Stagland again, who hacks through. It's a foot race with Bonus, could it pop for him? It does, and he pushes it back. That looks like it'll be a 5-meter scrum, and Stag Northerns under all sorts of pressure early, with Caribs with a perfect position, a scrum right in front of the post. While we were Locks, Adam Fredericks and Liam Cabrales back row, Kijaro Francis, Joseph Grossberg and Andrew Lobo. That is their starting pack. And we'll take a look at the next break to bring you the rest of the lineups. Kelvis all the way by himself on the right. Richard Stagland lines up immediately behind him. Tons of work for Bonus to do. This is where it's going to be won here today at the scrums. Nathaniel Cadiz, they look to reset. Referee Caleb Hector in charge of the action. What a start this would be for Caribs if they could score so quickly. People look to their left there, that's Colin Alexander, the tank in that first centre channel. And outside him, Jonathan Stewart, playmaker extraordinaire. Acorn on one wing. They look to roll right, and it's a pick. There's Anderson Joseph. Richard Stagland out wide. Could Kelvis finish? Yes, he can. And what a start for Kelvis Figaro. What a start for Caribs RFC. But they are missing their goal kicker inside centre, number 12. Colin Alexander, big shoes to fill. 5-0 Caribs, Kelvis Figaro, what a start. And just pushed to the right, so the score remains 5-0 early days. And Northerns knew it was going to come down to scrums. National fly half as well, wearing number 10, looks to kick off again. How will they approach it this time? Pooty with a high hanger this time, right to Giddis, and he breaks it first again. Giddis, who's starting actually in the lock position today, but he's looking to work all over. Big hit, that looks like Harvey getting the chance to start at hooker, and he's not going to disappoint. As Anderson Joseph, national player, moved to 80 out of barn burner in Guyana, might be held up here. They're looking to see if they can bring him down. Maul has been called. Northerns do not have to roll if it dropped to the ground. And that's it. Northerns with a fantastic kickoff retrieval, and they're going to have that scrum just inside Caribs territory. Let's take a look now at your starters for Caribs. No AC, no Jamal Clark in the starting lineup, so it's Keanu Frederick, who's been phenomenal, and he's starting with Carlton Knott and David Harvey with that big start at hooker. Second row is Askari Dawood, who's been exceptional, and Giddis Philip, traditionally a number 8. Back row, Abraham Cross, Anderson Joseph, and Christopher Daniel. Here we are, second scrum of the game. Can Northerns hold this juggernaut? Fed in by Jonathan Stewart. All eyes on him against KD's today, and that's not badly done. Out wide it's going to go. Deep ball. Very wide. Nice line there. And can Jonathan Taylor get over it? He is. He was deemed that he did hold his feet. And Caribs win another one. Here comes Richard Stagland. Pass and go. Back to Anderson Joseph. Again making good yards. Christopher Hudson looking to poach. And it is stolen back. Brilliant work. But Northerns are going to slow it down. That is fantastic by Marcellus McCarty. And Northern starting to slowly get a foothold if they could get some good kicks there. So does it stay in? Kelvis keeps it in! Missed opportunity again. It's Stewart to bring it up. And could he be wrangled into touch? No, he stays inside. Hades looks the bigger Scary Dawood. And he's met by Big Wendell. They're starting to roll around though. Here comes Knott. He has his role to play today. And that's well done. They continue the roll. Look for Guinness to get into this again. Goes very wide though. Jonathan Taylor, he's dangerous in space. Kicks it over. James Phillip gets underneath it. And he breaks one. Big stiff arm. Out wider. There's Muscles. He's going to go around. Gets his hand back inside. James Phillip again keeps it alive. That's Big Dell now, who's tackled, and Northerns remain inside Caribs half. Big counter up coming, but Jonathan Stewart there to maintain. Outside, Christopher Pooty Hudson, Adam Fredericks holds on to play, looks to roll around, and they're pushing deep. Here we go. Out very wide. Can he stay inside? He does. And the ruck comes in. Wide again. They're going to keep it, and here's the big man. He's power and pace, and they set it back up. One more wide. Deeper ball. Justin Salary. Wide to bonus, but just too far. And a lot of phases just unable to capitalize. They look to set. And we'll continue to run through that Caribs starting lineup. Nathaniel Cady starting scrum half for Caribs, starting scrum half for the national team. Richard Stagland moves to fly half. Carlton Alexander and Jonathan Taylor in the centers. And on the wing, Adrian Levin, that's Acorn, and Kelvis Fagaro. And fullback, back to torture Northerns, Jamal Stewart. Lots of national players on both teams' benches. There's some depth, both sides trying to burn out the other. Force early changes. And Christopher Daniel takes over his role of exceptional throws, and Abraham Cross to jump at 2. They look to push back at 4. And it is not well done. Northerns with a big opportunity here. Counter up comes, but they hold. Jonathan Stewart pushes to Pooty. Deeper ball to Salary, who goes, and that's Kijaro. He's tackled. But here comes that ruck. A pick and go. Here's Jonathan. Big. Oh, just unable to hold. But Jonathan Stewart is doing well, increasing the tempo. And there are signs of life with Stag Northerns. 8. Northerns need to hold this big push if they have any chance. Brian Rajkumar has got to get very low on Knott if he can. Beautiful open side. And here comes Richard Stagland. They're going to go deeper. Acorn wider to Jonathan Taylor in space. Bonus with touch to do against Kelvis, who drops it. And it's recovered, knocked back. But they're going to play the advantage. And it's a penalty. Full-on penalty. They cannot miss touch this time. Chris tried to bite off a little bit too much on the first kick. And if North starting to look fit and strong once more, that is a gorgeous kick by Chris Pooty Hudson, weighing number 20. Line out inside the 22. Looks a drop. Very smart to move Ascari as the second jumper there. They are going to go back at 2 with Grossberg. And it's down, but it's secured by Muscles. And here we go. Wider ball, not the cleanest, and is picked up by Caribs, who survive. It's ripped. No, it's not. Caribs ball, and they've got tons of space. Smartly done. Beautiful footwork. And the tank explodes wider. 2-on-1. Switch back inside. And he breaks. That looks like Acorn. Is it? No, it looks like Nathaniel Cadiz, who breaks again and walks is in. And that's a try number 2. And we'll see if we can get a name on it. Malik Rayside. What's he doing in the starting lineup? Well, well, well. Tank just a little short again. And his scores remain 10-0 Malik Rayside. Deeper ball over Giddis's head. They let it bounce and it might be knocked on. We'll see. It is. And this might be the wild card that Northerns need. Scrum just on the 22. Can they? A massive, massive play at 8 for Northerns. Big push coming in. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of young Knott for Caribs. And Northerns able to secure. They look to roll around. And they move it to the open side. No, they switch sides. And it's a big man, Mark Roberts, who moves. One more, and just out of bounds. But it appears it might be a high tackle. You'll see the call. We'll see who the player down is. It might be Keanu Richards, who would be a catastrophic loss at this phase. Keanu Richards, or Keanu Frederick, sorry, unsung hero for Caribs in those scrums and lineouts. Can he push on? We hope he's okay, of course. But he does not look too comfortable. Now on the bench for Caribs, they do have Marcus Daniel, who's a great player in his own right. But it's the height that Keanu gives in those line-out lifts that make the world of difference. We're going to give him, of course, the full amount of time to recover. But we pray it's nothing serious. He is moving. Hopefully just a stinger. But this will change the game based on if he can continue or not. Stag Northerns 10-0 down very early in the first half. And Keanu makes it to his feet, thank God. But it does look like his day may be done, unfortunately. And I would only... And they do. It's the big man. Wendell slams it in. And they maintain, no, it's stolen by Stag. Caribs. And they look to push it. Is Richard Stagland going to play? No, they pass it way back. And here's the tank, who beats one. Pushes it upfield. It stays in bounds, though. Big Mark. Passes it. Here he goes. James Phillip is dangerous in these positions. Bonus now. Oh, met so well by Kelvis and released. Counter ruck coming. Here he goes. Missed again. They're playing a lot with the backs and young Liam Caprales. Slammed by David Harvey. Ruck comes though. And here's Adam Fredericks. To Chris Pody Hudson. Tipped over. Will it stay in bounds? And it eventually trickles in. But Northerns comfortably now to walk it upfield in the 22. Can they apply pressure? Can they get this turnover? They've got massive Liam there. And it's stolen. No, it's one there. Northerns are over. This is exactly what we were worried about. Keanu, the rock for Caribs, is suddenly gone and the entire structure begins to wobble. Was that Big Dell who scored the try? 10-5. And I believe it's Big Dell. Wendell Fullerton. It is Wendell Fullerton, folks. And he labors on and this game has changed. Looks like Justin Salary is going to be taking the kicks for Stag Northerns. He sets himself and just pushed. So it is 10-5 to Caribs. Jonathan Taylor to kick off. It is high and hanging, but it does not go 10 and it goes straight out, so it's going to be a scrum in the middle of the pitch. And Northerns get all the momentum. And they know if they could burn out this scrum in the first half, everything changes in the second. Caesar looking a little worried here on this side. Marcus Daniel has the talent, another nationally capped player. David Harvey leading from the front. This is his opportunity to shine. Giddis and Ascari. Talent of these gentlemen. Northerns are going to want to play a high tempo game. Work that Caribs pack around. Play for the last 15 minutes. They want to play for territory, but Jamal Stewart at the back there for Caribs is exceptional. Reads those kicks so well. Stag Northerns break their attack into two sides. Lots of space to play with. And it is another beautiful clean scrum for Northerns. They do set, and here goes Lobo! Lobo in space to Jonathan Stewart, and he frees it up. Have it go! Yes, he breaks! Back inside! And he does step out. Flag is up. And it is stepped out of bounds there. Nice idea. Back on the 22. And it is Caribs ball on the 22. Scrums. But it looks like Sauce is making his much awaited, anticipated return. One man popped off the top. Big pressure coming in. Northerns do not want to give away a penalty, but they do foolishly. And here they go, a tap and go. Big Guinness. Big into Liam Cabrales. And it's an advantage. Not getting back 10. Loose ball, but it's recovered. Anderson Joseph pushes it up again, and here comes that roll around. Big overlap. Richard Stagland wide to the tank. To Jamal Stewart. Can he find Kelvin? No, he stays in bounds. Pushes bonus now. And he stays in bounds. And an illegal counter. Bonus does not roll away. And Jamal Stewart does exceptionally well in that situation. How he stayed in bounds and won the penalty. So from the 22 defensively, Caribs moving, and Caribs stay in. He lets it bounce. He's very lucky to let that stay. And is he going to slam it upfield? Not a lot of yards, unfortunately. Was in the 22 is the call. But Caribs with a wonderful chance here to attack. So unfortunate to lose Big Dell in this situation. Caribs still having trouble figuring out how they want to approach these lineouts. They're going to go at 4, and it's overthrown, but somehow Nathaniel Cadiz gets it, and now they have trouble collecting it in the centre of the park. It's still loose, and it is knocked on. Northern's ball. As we spoke about before, Caribs traditionally, the great platform of their lineouts and scrum is gone, and it's going to be the back line having to play with very dirty ball. Sauce has joined. Can he hold not in this situation? That is the $1 million question. Which scrum is going to get the emphasis? Line to both sides again. They have game breakers for both teams. Those 8-9s are looking pretty dangerous for Stag Northerns. Jamal Stewart has a lot of work to do back there, but that is wonderfully done. Here comes Lobo, and here's Jonathan Stewart now. He looks to pop, and they straighten it up. They keep it alive. Will he stay in bounds this time? No, knocked on again. Another mistake, always on that last pass. And any 50-50 ball, they might just want to hold on to it. Returned by the recently injured Wendell Fullerton for Stag Northerns. And we're going to see Sauce in action early. They're looking to bring Ray side across. Caribs love to use that behind the ball back Tank takes the run behind the ball back to race side, and it opens up all sorts of problems defensively. Big scrum by Northerns though. And eventually it's broken. Big tackle there by Jonathan Stewart. Massive, massive work. And it's a penalty though, not supporting, diving over the rock. They did everything right, and here's the pick. Here's the go. Big Guinness does what he does best. Abraham Cross secures that rock. And they're looking to roll though. Wide. Here comes the tag. He looks to chip it through. All sorts of time here. Well, Big Philip, who breaks and stays on his feet. And eventually he brought it down. Johnny there. Ball out. Here's Lobo. Attacks. Gets over the ball. Beautifully done. Here's Pooty. Wider ball to the big Sauce, who sucks in too and gets the ball back. Bonus now feeds. And they use it. Chipped over. And stays in bounds. They're taking their time, and he beats one. Richard Stagland beats two. Pushes up three. Back inside. And Northern slow to adjust. Here comes Stag. Big Guinness. Taskari Dawood, who sucks in about 17 and continues to push. The leg drive. Now here it comes. Oh, it's knocked on. Nathaniel Cadiz. What a platform. Stag could have walked in. Caribs, apologies. And doesn't Tank know it. Kelvis trying to keep them positive. Worked fantastically for Northerns. We did not expect their scrum to do this well. Missing AC, missing Keanu now. Missing Jamal. Counter lock comes, but they look to break again. And here goes Lobo. They cannot force the pass this time. Right in front of Richard Stagland. And it is illegally done. And here goes Pooty. Pooty breaks through. They do not look like he went back. Back inside. Do they stay in? They do. Here's the opportunity Northern's need. And yes, once again, they're going to go wider. And here's Lobo. No, it's Kajaro takes it in. They're trying desperately to counter ruck. But it's there for Northerns. Big counter ruck coming in as an advantage. And that's another penalty. No, just a knock on. And it is Caribs ball. Big, big counter ruck there at the right time. But Northern started to put those phases together. You see, fitness-wise, Caribs desperate to get those turnovers at ruck. And if they could just generate that fourth or fifth phase, Caribs are found wanting. So far, Caribs willing to run it from anywhere. They've got the back line to do it. Let's see if they can get that big scrum. Caribs do set. Nathaniel Cadiz, that's a beautiful pass. Richard Stagland looks to take it over. Bonus has got to take it. And he does. It goes backwards. He picks it. No, it's deep to go forward. And that's a big let off there for Caribs. Easy 30 yards and out. So it's up to naught. Will not be able to hold Brian Rajkumar in this low phase. Brian Rajkumar sets him and looks to drop it. And it is a free out penalty. Brian Rajkumar did not support his bind. And here comes Nathaniel Cadiz. And it's a Joseph, what a hit. And Christopher Pooty unable to win it. Guinness, wide ball to Richard Stagland, very deep back line. Kelvis unable to hold. And it has gone forward. Caribs return the favour. And Kelvis, after a beautiful try, looked to hit the line at pace. Unable to hold, both sides making these schoolboy errors in the final of all places. Caribs leading only by an unconverted try. And the big Caribs pack. Can they hold? Their fitness level will be tested here today. Lobo's 8-man picks have looked unstoppable so far. But it's that third or fourth pass that's forced by Stag Northerns. Every time giving up possession in dangerous places. Beautiful, beautiful scrum. Again, they actually looking to walk it. Well done. Here comes Puri. No! And knocked on. How does that happen? So, possession given away. And it's going to be a scrum right in the center. Both sides looking on in disbelief. With lots of time left to play. Only about 25 minutes unofficially played so far. Still about 15. And it is anybody's game. They're not able to get that tight head push from Caribs. Anderson has been a little bit trapped, and here comes that big push again. They do look to pass it out. Here's Richard Stagler. What are they going to do? To the tank. Roll around, looping. And here's Rayside who drops it. Here's Bonus now. Bonus can play it. And he picks it up and goes. Back inside. Here's Puri. Puri. Kicks it over. Lots of space. The foot race is on. It stands inside. Will he get there? Eventually tap back. And what's he called? They deem the advantage is over, so it might be a goal line drop. Did anybody touch it from Caribs, is he called? Is it taken back over? So not a bad net return for Stag Northerns. Forcing Caribs big boys to turn around and run. And can this counter comes? They have James Phillip at the back. The game breaker. He's done it for the national team. He's done it for Misfits. Can he do it for the blue and white yet again? So Jonathan Taylor with his goal line dropout. Again, a lot of work for their pack to do early on. It is a deep kick and it needs to be recovered. Chris Pudi under it. It's collected. And he sets and it goes wide to the game breaker. Here we go. Wide up onto Marcellus McCarty. And he goes and smartly stays in. Must put it back inside. James Phillip stays on his feet. Tackled. Muscles. Steps over his Jonathan Stewart. He can go. Fredericks. Back inside. And that looks like sauce. Northern secure. Adam Fredericks to Pudi. Justin Salary. Steps. Right, they're knocking on the door. They step over it now. Here comes that pick. Adam Fredericks, reverse. Lobo. He's there. Meters away. Who from Northerns wants the ball in their hands? No more missed balls. It's got to just be little pick and goals. One-off passes, nothing more. And they set and they go a little bit high. And let's see the call. And it's held up for another goal line dropout, I believe. But that's beautiful work by Northern. Somebody in their pack. Jonathan Stewart could have turned it up in that situation. Everything they want to do is a little bit lateral. They need some more contact, 1 or 2 phases out. Caribs big men starting to slow down and Northerns are smelling blood. But they need one of the tight 5 to just start straightening it up for those one-out passes. A very deep kick, but it's kicked out on the full. And they're going to go for a 5-meter scrum now. Jonathan Taylor went for it all. And this is what you want. Look at the position. Red alert. Just got to be a matter of will. They want it flat. They've got a big ball runner there with Marcellus McCarty. Wearing number 12 for Stag Northern. They reset. David Harvey, can he step up to the occasion? Given the start at hooker. It's got to be low. Nothing else will do. Look for that one-off run with Marcellus McCarty or a blind break. Richard Saglan recognizes the danger and adjusts. And they go. Here we go. Adam Fredericks. He goes himself. And he's going to be Call back. I'm surprised they don't just go for that scrum again from that free kick. Missing Jamal, missing AC. But they look to tap it again. This is very surprising. They have the up at the scrum, they suck in all the defenders, but they actually want to play it like this. Well, live and learn. Here we go. All eyes fall. Tackle, he's there. And he said that he was rolling. And what a silly penalty to give away. And he taps and goes. And it's Stewart, he's gone backwards. Here's big. Jonathan Stewart, can he go himself? Big tackle comes in, he's got bent to the left. Booty's there. Fredericks is there. Here we go. Wide ball. Slammed over and stolen. And here's Jamal Stewart. Stolen! Yes! Wait a minute. Deemed a knock-on originally from Northerns. So they played the advantage. Understandable, Northerns. They're so accustomed to having that dominant Caribs pack. With those three national players, they refuse to accept that they actually have a little go forward themselves. They could pick up the carries, they could take the contact. It does not need to be missed balls out wide. So Stag ball. Not a lot of time left in this half. Going into the break, only 5 down. Here comes that big push, Clayton. That's very well done by Clayton. Here's Richard Staglan, and they look to push it across. Some work to do. Mark Roberts lets it bounce. And James Phillips has got to adjust. And he gets it. And he passes it. Here's Bonus. Let's see it now. Bonus goes. Saves. And there goes Jeremy Bonus. One wide. Oh, there goes Bonus. Go. Tackle. And here comes the counter up. And it's stolen by the tank. And here comes Richard Staglan. Richard Staglan. Marcus Daniel with a big handoff. And Northerns cannot give up a try now. Big counter ruck comes in. And it's there to play. Northerns ball, free play. And it's Mark Roberts, he's got to stay in bounds. Mark Roberts! Oh my God! Sweet Lord! How many times is Mark Roberts going to walk out of bounds? It's going to cost one of these sides. But Ascari is already looking very laboured. Both sides almost just want to go into this half with a 5-point difference. A lot of tension. And it's a very strange option, but it's back. And they apply pressure. Race side to Staglan, who settles it, beats another, and goes right through again. Liam Capralis with a wonderful tackle. And they look to play it. There's big Harvey. Can Chris get over it? No, he can't. One out pass. Here we go, Jonathan Taylor. Out to Jamal Stewart. Cover tackle by, oh, who else? Kelvis. Bonus might be over it. Bonus is over it. What a cover tackle by Captain Grossberg, and they slow it right down. What a cover tackle by Stag Northern's captain wearing number 7, Grossberg. On both sides, adjusting personnel. Might have one more chance for a line out, and Northerns are going to go for it. Chris Pooty Hudson pushes it on the 22. And here is the chance. And just simplify it, just one out pass. And here's Liam Capralis. Muscles not able to hold it, but it's back. And it's won by Amy Cross. Grossberg with another fantastic cover tackle. And the rest of his pack does not help him out. Big push off. Marcus Daniel pushing it wide. Throws the dummy. And Christopher adjusts. One more pass. Richard Stagler now. Back inside. Big Guinness stays on his feet. Looks to work. And they go. Jonathan Taylor. The race side. Still keeping it live. Not allowing themselves to be pushed out of bounds. And it's turned over Northern's ball. And the penalty. And Northerns look to push it. Here's Adam Fredericks. Slams in the field. And he races on. Here comes Jeremy Bonus. And there it is. Well recovered. And there is your half. So the score at the half time is Stag 10. My apologies, Caribs 10, Stag Northerns 5. We'll be back. In 2024 knockout final. We're going to take a look. Some changes are going to start ringing in early. But Caribs leading 10-5. This game very much on the table for either side to take. 40 minutes. One champion. Caribs to kick off. Playing with the wind in the second half. Caleb Hector takes a look at his watch and here we go. Second half action. Jonathan Taylor slams it very deep. Jonathan Stewart. It drops backwards. He's got to work hard. Here's Lobo and they're going to play it from their own 10. Now Lobo does brilliantly. He's eventually wrangled down and Jonathan Stewart passes it deep. Booty kicks it upfield, but it stays in. And that's well done. Here comes Big Gillis. They've got to close him down really. And can they get him out of bounds? That's not happening. Caribs taking a while to readjust. But Northern, that is the silliest penalty you'll ever see. A clear ruck. And hands went in well after it was secured. Caribs are happy to slow this down. Exactly not the start that Northerns wanted. Conceding that penalty. But very interesting to see how Caribs are going to approach it. Their line outs are not up to stuff. Uh-oh. Might be another early injury change. Calls for Jamal Clark onto the field. Just bringing water so far. But one wonders if he has a part to play. So they are going to go for that line out. And they do hack it, but it's not a lot on that. Still outside the 22. Up at cross again, and it's brought down and set and passed out. Here's KD's to Staggy. And here's David Harvey with a big carry. Eventually it is secured there. And one out passes again. Nothing too complex. There's Abe. Big tackles coming in, but they're finding space and it looks to be knocked on. And Caribs now. We talked about it before, missing those giant ball carriers of AC. And Keanu Fredericks. What do? So accustomed to getting those first 5-yard carries. And everything after that is so simple. Caribs give up possession, allow Northerns to get a foothold in this game. The scrums have looked surprisingly good so far. Do they have the ability to run it from these situations? Are they just going to kick back possession? Rayside drops deep. They believe they're going to kick again. And the counter looks to be set. Rayside to Jamal Stewart. And it's a short-term penalty. Very silly. Another penalty conceded. Given a possession at every opportunity. And Caribs ball. And here comes a big carry. And he's met. Fantastic work again by that their captain. They look to push it. Here comes Anderson, who's immediately smothered there by Chris Putty. Counter comes in, and it is a turnover penalty for Northerns. Ruck security, they do not need to rush it. They can set their own line out, but it has got to be safe. Has to find touch. And is it kept in again? It is kept in. Beautifully done. A lot of luck involved, but that is a fantastic net kick by Christopher Pooty Hudson. They set the line. And Caribs have given up a huge amount of possession. Muscles told to take a step away. And Caribs' pack is walking from phase to phase. Can they keep playing? Only about 5 minutes so far in the half. And the tempo of Caribs is concerning. So, Caribs ball brought down by Abe. And they set up the maul. Northerns have to stop it legally. And it is broken off. Is it going to be stolen? No. Caribs secure. And they're going to go wide. Here's David Harvey, who stays on his feet well, but he makes no yards. Big counter comes in. No penalties though. Back again, everything off the back foot. So unaccustomed for Caribs. Northerns, once they don't give away penalties, happy to stay in the area. Richard Stagler at a standstill. Losing yards on the carry. And Big Guinness is down. Counter comes in for Northerns and they've got a chance. No, it's a penalty at the ruck for the umpteenth time. Complete lack of discipline by Stag Northerns. And Joseph Grossberg has just got to talk to these men. You have Stag, you have Caribs, playing off the back foot. Why concede a penalty in this situation? Henry Ali looking to bring some stability. The Caribs line out, he joins the fray. That is a big substitution. Looks like Clayton might be coming off. I'm not sure who else they had on the bench to replace him in the front row. Unless they're going to try maybe Guinness moving up. But that is a very risky turn. We will see if it pays off. Hacked up field. Not a lot of distance. And it remains maybe about a 5-yard gain. But Jovan involved. Can he keep the tempo up? Liam Cabral is contesting well. And Grossberg as well. You almost feel a rush the Stag Northerns play when they get it. They feel everything has to be forced. And they just need to test that defense. And stop trying to think it has to be something miracle out wide. Caribs set. And go. And there's Jovan. And that is exactly what he's brought in to do. Sets up that wonderful maul. And Northerns having trouble stopping it. They commit some more defenders. It is stopped. And here we go. Richard Stagler. Ball backwards again. Chipped over, Bonus wants a chance, and it has got back. Here goes Bonus, beats one. And it is a crossing goal in Jaim, and now it's a tap and go. And there's Ray side, for the corner, Ray side. Fourth down, but on the 5 meter. He breaks blind, and it is easy pickings. Nathaniel KDs. And a comedy of errors by Stag Northerns. That went left for an easy try. 15-5. I'm not sure if that went over. So the score remains 15-5. No more penalties, about 5 or 6 penalties at the ruck area so far. They've got to stay disciplined and stop trying to force Caribs, if anything, to play out of their own area. A lot of weight falls on Askari Dawood. Only 30 minutes left. Only 10 points down. It is anybody's game. Christopher Hudson puts it deep. Oh, dropped there by Guinness. How uncharacteristic. And both sides refuse to put a stranglehold on the game. So Jovan brought in for cross. They do lose a little weight at scrum time and they're already suffering. Can Lobo create something? Jareem George, inside centre, wearing 25. Operates well in space. Can he back himself? Marcellus. And in number 11, one of the lead try scorers this season, Warren John, wearing the blue do-rag. Lots of work for Kelvis to do. Can he shut it down? Taylor controlling that outside centre channel so well so far. What an attacking opportunity here. Now I do know Northerns once again with a big push, but they take it out and they look to pass it back inside. Big carry by Mark Roberts. He's got to be safe. Counter lock comes in, but it's Northern's ball. They look to roll around out wide. Here goes Jareem. The Dream switches back with Warren John. Stays on his feet and gets over it. Northern's ball. Liam Capralis straightens. That's what you want. And he's brought down. Must roll away, and he does. Adam Fredericks behind the back ball, out wide. Can he back himself? He does. Big carry, and they're making yards. And it's Stephen Nipperman. Sauce now stays on his feet. Counter comes in, and it is penalty. That's beautiful work. Caribs able to hold them off. But Northern's playing in the area. With those mixed kicks as well. 15-5 to Caribs. Tons of time left in this game. No panic setting in. But the penalty count at the ruck area strongly in favour of Caribs. Tank with another laboured kick. What would they do for Ronaldo Bermudez or Rory O'Farrell in these situations? They brought on the South boys, but they've got to win some ball now at set piece. The scrum looks very vulnerable for Caribs, but they win it again through Jovan. Can they stop this ruck legally? Or this maul, apologies. And they do break for some reason. They were going forward, absolutely no need to do that. And it is a penalty. Very foolish play. And it brought back to the mark. So Christopher Daniel had that maul going well up the field at a pace, but he opted to break and he ran away from his support, allowing Jonathan Stewart to make the tackle and win territory. Up to Pooty now to be safe. And he puts it in the 22. Another attacking opportunity for Northerns. Both sides almost playing shell-shocked. So unaccustomed to these set pieces. Being so uncertain. Jaheim Walton, he's on the field as well. Northerns look to go very deep. Can they win it? They do win it. It's gone back. And here we go. Pooty behind the ball back. Marcella stays on his feet. Counter ruck comes. Northerns have it. Men to the right if they could go. Oh, that's a little silly and sauce. Always trying to do something special instead of the basics. Secured by Caribs. Passed out. And here he is, David Harvey, doing his job well. Deep ball. And they look to switch play. Malik Ray side to Kelvis. And it is a forward pass by Ray side. And I think the supporters as well are not accustomed to seeing these sides play this disjointed. Northerns with a big blind side. Richard Staglan rolls to the right to help Kelvis. Northerns actually look to have a little advantage here at the scrum. And so said, so done. And they look to break. Here he is. Jonathan, can he stay on his feet? He breaks one. Do not let Richard Staglin get close to that. Abraham Cross does not look to be rolling away. And they look to play it. Sauce, his ball. It's play on. What in the world was that? It looks like Abraham Cross, for health reasons, has hurt his wrist. So I'm not sure what is going to be called in this situation. Very uncharacteristic. Game stopped because of a wrist injury. And they're trying to figure out how best to restart this game. They're actually going to reset it. Looks like they're going for a scrum. Well. So Northern's ball again. Can they continue the little bit of dominance so far? Caleb Hector not happy so far with how the scrums are set. So David Harvey has pushed a prop with Marcus Daniel, Christopher Daniel. Moves to hooker. Scary and Giddis remain in the second row. Abraham Cross at 8. And Anderson Joseph on the flank to help defensively. They're recognizing the problem with Lobo. Caribs, of course, happy to let time burn. Can Warren John continue his try scoring spree for Northerns? Here comes that scrum. Well set again. And here they go, they're taking it for a walk. Wonderful play. Stay, keep the ball in. Eventually out there, so well done. Chris has trouble adjusting once again. Jonathan Stewart, can he go himself? Stolen! Creating new ways to give away possession. Passes it back, Richard Staglin. Moves in the field, Warren John with a chance now. Has gone backwards. Jareem Walton. He looks to go himself. Straightens it into traffic. Stays on his feet long enough though to get the supporters around. Here's Chris Pooty. Out. And they started to make yards and it's lost again. Caribs ball. No. Somehow stays and it is a penalty for Caribs. Halfway through the second half, only 20 minutes left, 10 points difference. And Guinness has taken over the kicking with a similar result. On the halfway line though, Northern's unable to capitalize all that territory. And Caribs, like an anaconda, strangling the life slowly. Inch by inch, every breath from Northerns. And it's one again, pass back. Jovan comes on and he does his master's work. Richard Sagler pushes it around. Here's Jonathan in space. And Joe knocked on by Stewart. Oh, Stewart's not going to like looking back at that. A rare mistake from the full-back. And Kelvis keeps it positive. So Northerns allowed to keep in this game. But they're getting that push on at scrum. if they could force that push, concede the penalty, perhaps play with that advantage. But the insults coming in fast and furious. Jonathan Stewart has done very well at scrum half today. And here, let's see if they can get that push on. And here go Pooty ball out to Jareem. Can the Jareem create something? Jareem goes. And back to... Oh, that's wonderfully done. Jareem getting those yards. Can Northern's pack adjust, and another penalty. And they tap and go. Here goes Pooty. Out wide, another mistake. Why in the world do they refuse to do the right thing? Penalty on the 22, down by 10. Line out functioning. Mark Roberts knocked on with the line beckoning. And the dominance at scrum might have just ended. So Big Guinness moves back to 8. If they could get front foot ball, everything changes and this game could be put to bed. No, Northern's with a huge push. And it might be stolen, it is. Northern's ball. And they play on. We haven't seen a call come in just yet. Might be another injury. Northern's ball. So, very, very nice work. You just see this platform that Northern's is giving their back line. Jareem with a beautiful ball there. Can they make something happen? Only down by 10. Can they get that try with time to spare? Moving into the 25th minute. 15 minutes to determine the 2024 knockout champion. League champions Caribs, 2023 knockout finalist champions Stag Northerns. Big push comes in again. Here's that front foot ball and they're getting that walk. And it's an advantage. Northern's on a free play. Anything here will go. They could play it for a free play. And they keep the drive going. They could go the entire way. And it is a penalty. Northern's ball. Here comes 40. And tension starting to flare now. Northerns could call another scrum. They do not need to tap. Take the scrum. No, they look to run it. So they have 3 dominant scrums. And they have the chance to go another scrum. And they opt to tap and go. Oh, finally, sanity prevails. On the 5. A juggernaut at 8 with Lobo. Can they get that front foot ball? Can they get the walk? And if they win it, they have Marcellus, a missile, to use in that first center channel. It seems defensively a very challenging prospect, but they do have Richard Staglin in the fly-off channel. Caribs able to really suck off a lot of time. These long set scrums. So here we go, it's up to Sauce now. Marcus, and here comes that push again. Northerns, can they walk it? They are starting to get that go. And here it comes now. Jovan started to go. Here he goes, Pooty to Marcellus himself. Oh, it looks to be knocked down. But play on. And Jaim! He gets down. Man out to the right. Bodie. Out. James Phillip. Unable to get anything in this wet condition. But he gets down and resets. And who wants this ball? Nothing set for Northerns. Liam Cabral is the only man there. Tackle again. Adam Fredericks once. And Adam Fredericks smartly takes it down. Hey, keep your eye. Keep your eye. We see it forming. A pick and go. Yard by yard. Caribs fanning out. And here they go again. Another pick, this time Lobo. Tackler must release an advantage and they got a free play. James Phillip all the way to the wide. They can move it now to the right. Here we go. Go yourself, Marcellus. Back inside James Phillip. He's done it before. Gets his knee down. Must be released on the 5. Advantage remains. Remember, Northern's playing with an advantage. The pick and go. Try time. And that's a try. And who else but Lobo? 15-10. Only about 10 minutes remain. 5-point difference. Chris Pooty Hudson. And it's up and he pushes it to the right. So the score remains 15-10 to Stag. My apologies to Caribs. The first ruck is top priority. Jonathan Taylor to kick off. And it's short, it might not go 10, is it straight out? Oh, that's gorgeous! Absolutely phenomenal work. And brought down. Big Jamal Clark. Here we go. It's on. Wide ball. Richard Staglin throws a dummy. He wants to go. He's rattled down. Cannot give away a penalty. Here we go. Christopher Daniel. The big David Harvey. He's dragged down as well. And Sauce rolls away. Katie setting it up. Here comes a counter rock. Nothing doing. Richard Staglin chipped over. Can Warren Judd get on it? He does. And here goes Warren. And it's a penalty. Now Caribs are down, only up by 5. If they could get a penalty, they take it beyond a converted try. And Richard Staglin, unsurprisingly, knows that and looks to take points. Can the tank pull it off when it counts most? Here comes the tank and it's not there. And here he goes, Warren John. Warren John throws a dummy. And he's tackled, but it's only 5. Counter up comes. Can they hold? Do not want to give away a penalty here. Pass back to Adam Fredericks, who slams it upfield, race side. What a gorgeous kick. But another opportunity. Northern should set this line as soon as possible. Jovan has been exceptional. Look at once again, Jovan, a different class. National selectors taking a look. And here's Christopher Daniel. Out one to Richard Staglin. To the big ball carrier that is Jamal. Sucks in. Adam Fredericks unable to take it. Pop back. Out wide, there's Jonathan Taylor. And Jamal. Oh, Kelvis! Kelvis! Back inside! Oh, wonderful play. Jamal Stewart takes it to 20-10. And that is a wonderful line as well by Kelvis Figaro. Does not have to be off the tee. Jonathan Taylor, that puts it out. 22-10. But it's going to have to be something very special with the time remaining. Jamal Clark, big take.
Well done, guys. Congratulations.
Looks like they weren't ready for the kick. We were going to reset. It looks like Caribs may have had an extra player on the field. We'll see how Caleb deems this. Should be a free kick penalty. We'll see what the call is. No hand signal yet from the referee. It is a free kick, and they go Marcellus McCarty. Once again, they're going to look to reset, slow it down. And tempo's starting to flare. And here we go. Stag Northern, Liam Cabrales, he somehow pulls it in. And they want to reset it again. And here we go. Wider ball to Liam Cabrales, who's tackled very well. Christopher Daniel has put in a shift today. Wider ball, Marcellus McCarty to the big man, Joseph Crossberg. Can he stay in? Mark Roberts has the ball and once again runs out of bounds.
Am I going crazy? Am I going fucking crazy?
To nowhere. And Caribs ball. Christopher Daniel, who's been throwing in very well. Jovan Henry Ali putting on a clinic out there. Wide pass out to Marcus Daniel. He's done well since he's come on. No surprise. They look to shift it. Big Guinness. It's available to Tag, who brings it in. Jonathan Taylor over. Here's Kelvis. Kelvis brings it down. Well done, Kelvis. And it is a high tackle. And it's an advantage. Jareem was tested with Kelvis' pace, and he had to concede that penalty. And this penalty, of course, allows them to take 30 more seconds off the clock. Jonathan Taylor is going to suck every second out of it. And that is a gorgeous kick as well. Well, well, well. The Wednesday night touch has paid off for Kelvis. What a performance as well by Big Giddis. Asked to start in the second row. Christopher Daniel with a wonderful performance with his throws and open field options. Jovan moves to 4, and it is once again as easy as you like, but not straight. Christopher Daniel finally makes a mistake in that area. And they're going to take the scrum. Only about 5 minutes left. So Northerns technically, if they score 2 tries and convert 1, will tie the game. So they have to score shortly. It is not impossible. Jaheim George moves into the fly-off channel. Cody Hudson moves to first centre. And here comes a big scrum again. Northerns could be very happy with their scrum work today. Counter coming. Caribs trying to roll and concede that penalty from Jovan. And they push. And here's Jareem. They do look, they're going to use it. They need to go now. Adam Fredericks. There's a line out. But Caribs happy. They've got the time.
Yes.
Go into low, you're free there. Yeah, no problem.
Watch it.
Go for it.
Yeah, 2, 3, yellow. Shut up there. Yeah, come in here.
Liam gets it at 4, overthrown. And Guinness might have just played it for Caribs. It's still Caribs' ball. And the tank does what he does best. Stays on his feet, gets those go forward. Liam Cherry now. The young man fighting for every inch. Take and go forward. And Richard Stagland calling all of the calls for the referee. How kindly. Oh, push back. Might have gone back though. And there he is again. Kelvis working him. Well done, Kelvis Figaro. And they look to play the advantage. No, they're willing to go back. And what has gotten into Kelvis? Kelvis is beaming. What a performance. Former Royalians player wearing number 27 on the wing for Caribs today. And he might just be calling himself a knockout champion in 2024.
Hey, can I call you back or is it later? Where is she?
Oh my God!
Oh shoot. What time is it? 11 a.m.? Could you watch her and the game went late because could you go and get that?
Just don't want to risk anything crazy that would allow Northerns back into this game. And Jovan under pressure, but Guinness, who's been incredible all day, finally does something. But another line out and another chance to burn some time off the clock. So Guinness has definitely put in a lot of time, and eventually they do concede a penalty for taking too long. And Northerns look, they've got a chance. They've got to do it. Here goes Marcellus Bacardi. Wide ball to Roberts, expects him to run straight to the line. And he does. Stays in bounds this time. And a penalty conceded. That's wonderfully done. And Adam Fredericks looks to go. They are playing offside advantage. Northerns, if they score, they're in this game. Moody, the dream. He stays alive and is tackled. Big Grossberg, a fantastic game, and Kelvis brings him down. Warren John so disoriented offensively. No real pods being formed, but Muscles takes it up. Brian now playing scrum half, and they've got a little bit of space. Pooty cuts back inside. Is anybody going to set up anything? Look to go blind again. And it's loose, but here's Jareem, who's tackled so well by Richard Stagland. Counter rock over. And stolen again. Northern's getting frustrated. Did not look like he stayed on his feet. But Caribs, a box kick to nobody. Guinness unable to hold. But every error plays into Caribs' favour. I give it to Kelvis. A try and setting up on some fantastic defensive work, but I'm going to have to give my man of the match to none other than Christopher Daniel. Nationals hooker started on the flank today, did a lot right in the open and on set pieces. Congratulations, Christopher Daniel. Is it over? Kelvis against Jonathan. Push up once, push up twice. Kelvis does it.
Oh my! Kelvis!
Well. Kelvis. What a well done tackle. Why not go for it? James Phillips said go for it. It was now or never. Nothing wrong with that effort. And another 30 seconds trickle off the clock. So Kelvis Figaro with a fantastic cover tackle. And here's your man of the match throwing in, Christopher Daniel. Jovan Henry did well when he comes in. And Caribs might have thrown it away there. If Northern score now, they've got a chance. This could be one of the greatest comebacks. Here he is, James, breaks, James Phillip, back inside. Wait a minute, it's a try. If they convert this try, it's game on. They've got to take this quickly. They convert it. 22-17. And that is it. That was the last play of the game, unfortunately. So your final score. Caribs, league champions, and now your 2024 knockout final champions, 22. And Northern 17. Congratulations to Caribs. Thanks everyone for coming out to this great game. And next week it is the Bruno Brown. We hope to see you all there. All the best. Thank you.
You know,